Hey, guess what? It's time for Tuesday Tea Time with Dorarena. And I want to welcome all of our first time viewers, those that will be watching the replay. Welcome. And thank you for those that are supporters to Tuesday Tea Time. We are presented from Women of Wisdom. We are a nonprofit organization here to bridge the generational gap between the older and the younger ladies because we need each other and we want to pass on vital knowledge to one another for the benefit of all generations. How about that? So I thought tonight I'm just going to grab one of my teas back here, and this is mint tea, and I've shared this tea with you before. Can you see that? Yeah. So we're gonna do mint tea tonight, and so I hope that you all have your beverages with you tonight, whatever it is, and that you fill your cup up with lots of wisdom tonight. How about that? All right. So I'm going to go ahead and put my tea bag in here, and I have one of my little tops back here, and I'm going to steep my tea for a little bit before I wanted to get on with you, and I can still do all of this stuff. Ooh, honey. So put my honey in my tea, and because you know I'm the honey girl, so put my top on here and steep my tea. They say to steep it for about 4 or 5 minutes or something like that. And when you do that, you get a robust flavor, and you can also use your tea bag the second time, probably if you take it out, but I just kind of like to leave mine in, and that's just me. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into our topic tonight, our wisdom topic. You know, we've been talking about fear, and I just felt, oh, let's go into this a little bit more because I just kind of felt that, you know, some of us need this. So, anyway, fear of the unknown. Oh, my goodness. I don't know about you, but that fear has held me captive in a lot of ways and just did not want to venture out in life, and even doing something like what I'm doing today. If I had never really just stepped out and wasn't afraid of the unknown, I would never be doing what I'm doing today. Because me, I could just stay in my comfort zone. And I was thinking, but when we do that, we're thinking more about ourselves than we're thinking about other people. And if there's something in you that that's been given to you for other people, usually everything that's given to us in our heart anyway is not for us anyhow. It's usually to bless somebody else. But if we don't follow through on that, do you know that we will not be blessed either? Do you know that you will not go very far in life if life is all about you? And sometimes you got to focus in on how someone else would benefit or glean from what you have to add in life, and just kind of look at that and let that motivate you to step out and do what's in your heart to do. Because you know what? You will never be satisfied, or you would never have the peace that you desire to have until you start doing what really what you was created to do. And so and really, if you just do the math, do the homework, do whatever is necessary to learn whatever you need to learn to hone your skill and build your confidence up, you will find out as you step out and just keep doing it, it will get easier and easier, and those fears would dissipate. Okay. So, you know what? Fear actually is a part of life, like any other emotion, and identifying the cause of the fear and confronting them is both challenging and rewarding. So these are things that, you're naturally going to deal with in life. But you know what? Fear of the unknown is one of the greatest fears, and it causes us to think thoughts that the worst possible thing will happen. And you don't want to get caught up in that. Okay. So, what great things are you missing out on because of fear? Ask yourself that question. Are we allowing other people's opinions to hold us back? I don't know about you, but in my earlier years, I was somewhat of a people pleaser, and I was allowing people's opinions to sculpture my life, and I had to learn that the most important opinion was my own. What I thought about myself, what I thought about my capabilities, and just because you know what? People gonna always have an opinion about everything, because there's some people that are just highly opinionated anyway, and everybody has advice sometimes that they don't even take their own selves. So you can't get caught up in the fear of other people's opinions. You need to look within yourself and know yourself. And in that, you'll find the confidence to do what's in your heart to do. And whatever people say or whatever people do, you will not be moved by that, because you know what you were placed on this earth to do, and nothing can stop you. You will be a mighty moving force. All right. Because that's what we need to be anyway. We need to be like a tree with deep roots, that we will not be moved by other people's opinions. And do you know that sometimes people's inadequacies will try to cause you to fear reaching your potentials in life because they may have failed? And do you know that fear has a voice? And sometimes we are just too familiar with the voice of fear, and we need to be more familiar with the voice of confidence and start speaking those affirmations to ourselves to rebuild our confidence, because sometimes other people have tore our confidence down or made us feel like less than who we are. But when you know who you are and you believe what you're saying about yourself, you're going to go far in life. Don't allow other people's opinions, other people's inadequacies, other people's fears to stop you from reaching your full potential in life, because only you can do you. No one else can do you. You are uniquely made for a purpose, and you need to find out what that purpose is and not let other people try to put their accomplishments, if that accomplishments, however you say that, to cause you to not uh, uh, accomplish what is in your heart to accomplish. So follow that. Okay. I have a quote for you. And before I quote that, I want to say this: fear's loud, demanding voice using inadequacies of others to stop us from accomplishing our goals. So you don't want to quiet fear's voice and step out and do what you need to do. Okay, I want to share this quote with you. It's a short one. Most of us know who The Rock is. And he said this: one day or day one, you decide. Now, I was talking to my son earlier, and he had mentioned that to me, and I was like, "Ooh, that's good. I'm gonna use that." And I was like, who did you get that from? And he said, The Rock said, one day or day one, you decide. Come on now, look at the wisdom in that. Are you gonna just keep saying one day I'm gonna do this, one day keep putting things out in the future, or are you gonna take one day at a time to make those steps and step out? You know, that is a decision that you have to make, but even just doing one day at a time, oh, that will definitely deal with fear. And because sometimes you just got to take baby steps. You know what I mean? But just get out there and do something. Okay, I want to share this with you as well. It says healthy fear is programmed into our nerve system and gives us the survival instincts we need to help us. Excuse me, give us the survival instincts we need to keep us safe from danger. That's healthy fear. So know the difference between healthy fear and unhealthy fear, because fear of the unknown will paralyze you, and you will constantly be thinking, the worst thing ever, because you don't know. But let me tell you this: knowledge will cause fear to dissipate. How about that? Because when we gain knowledge about something, we don't fear about doing it because we feel adequate, we feel educated, or we are educated about that thing. And we know the steps that we need to take because we searched out the information that we need to do so. And I don't want to get ahead of myself, but you know, this came to me earlier, and I know I'm talking to somebody. But you know what? Someone needs to write a book. You need to write that book and start with a blog, but take action and build confidence required to author your book. Okay, I am sent here to encourage you to pull that book up out of your heart and write that book. There's somebody else that you have just kind of given up on your education. Get that degree. You are sitting on a degree. Go ahead, apply wherever, get your degree, because it's in your heart. And everything that's in your heart, you already are equipped to do. But it never will accomplish if you allow fear to control you. And the fear that, like I said, the greatest fear is the fear of the unknown. So you can take care of that just by educating yourself with knowledge. And I always say knowledge is power, but what else? Applied knowledge is powerful. You can have knowledge and do nothing with it. But when you apply that knowledge, now you are powerful. And let me tell you, somebody needs to read your book. That book is for somebody, it's not for you. And that degree is for you to help somebody else. And it possibly could be that you are helping somebody else to get a degree. And so, what's in your heart, go for it and do not allow fear to hold you back. Okay, this is my last thing that I want to share with you, and I am going to post this up here. Fear of the unknown can be paralyzing, but there is a way to overcome it: knowledge. By seeking out information and learning as much as possible, we can dispel our fears and take control. How about that for Tuesday Tea Time with Dorarena? I want to thank you for joining me tonight, and I hope that you do apply the things that I shared with you tonight, and you do not allow fear to keep you captive. I got my teacup. Good tea. But I want to tell you, as I always tell you, Dorena loves you, and walk in wisdom. You have a good night, and don't let the bed bugs bite.